getting into the next match. Match 25 of 36 today has Canada up against Zimbabwe. They've met on 6 occasions, and Canada lead that by 4-2. Well, the Canadians were devastating in the match against Australia earlier on after beating Argentina last night. Keep an eye out for playmaker Phil Mack, and a great-looking finisher, great finisher for Canada is Nathan Hideyama, who celebrated his 23rd birthday this week. Well, Zimbabwe have had batted up against the wall against the tough 2 teams in Australia and Argentina. They've conceded 63 points in those 2 matches, have scored 12, but keep an eye out for their speed man in number 12, Wensley Mbanje. Going to be controlled by New Zealander Nick Bryant. In glorious conditions here in Hong Kong, capacity crowd. And they really have been treated some stunning rugby over the last hour and a half. Some of the lesser likes in Russia, Tonga, Japan and Portugal, pushing the big guns of Fiji, Samoa, England and New Zealand. Well, starting this match, our stats man Sean Glover's told me that Canada, even though they've had 1 victory, are actually -1 because of the points for and against. As Zimbabwe kick off in their traditional dark shirts, Canada in the red. Hideyama now one way. This is Mack, the playmaker. Good skills shown by Canada right throughout the whole 2 days. Certainly has been an aspect of the game that has improved big time. The pass is now starting to stick as that one finds ground, but somebody's there to make the mistake, clean it up. This is Sean Duke. Duke with a clean pair of heels, and he could go all the way and will. Wow, what a start. The 22-year-old, one of the Vikings in the squad, University Vikings, made his debut in Wellington 2 years ago. Originally from Abbotsford in British Columbia. Look at this, inside and then around the final defender in Nimaderi, pinned his ears back and had just too much pace.
The score is Canada 5, Zimbabwe 0.
Wow, what a start from Canada. They similar style earlier this morning, if you weren't with us, against Australia. And just a couple of crucial mistakes allowed them to come back into the game, not going 10, but because Zimbabwe had played at the ball, it's carry on. Back now, this is Duke. That's actually Mack, playmaker, Mack. Hideyama, the try scorer Duke now with ball in hand. They go wide again. Hearn. Look at the Canadians now, not panicking, prepared to try and find space, and that's where the players run to now. Finding the space, letting the ball do the work. This is good play from Canada, still in possession. O'Toole fighting for valuable metres as he climbs closer and closer to the Zimbabwean 22. Players out to the right, this is Mack. Looks one way, then the other. Spaces in behind, no sweeper. Toole comes in to clear out Zimbabwe defence. Well, that's straight over the top. This will be an advantage to Canada. You've got to stay on your feet. Nimaderi being guilty of that. Hearn, players coming in and out. Duke, he's a stepper. He's got plenty of power as well. Much better play from the Canadians. Players out to the left. This is good sevens rugby. Going wide. Trainer, Connor Trainer is going to score their second, and what a beauty. And the applause from the crowd. From the BC Bears in Vancouver, the 21-year-old scores his first try, 8th in the series, but first in Hong Kong. They really have improved. One of the great improvers on the circuit is Canada. Their women took out the women's title last night in the final against France. They must have taken a lot of confidence from the men who beat Argentina by 1 point last night. One of the real improvers on the circuit is Canada, and they lead by 12 points to 0 against Zimbabwe. Well, Zimbabwe now with ball in hand. Ndlovu. Good tackle too coming in from Meacham for Canada. And once again, Nimaderi, number 9 for Zimbabwe, guilty of leaving his feet. sealing the ball. Well, it's been a dream start for the Canadians. Mack, Meechin, Hirayama, Duke. This is Hearn. Hearn on Mbanje. Good defense coming in from Zimbabwe as well, doing very well at that point. But just so much possession on the right side of the field. And look at these passes. Look at them, they're going straight to the man who's in space. Well, Mack, he's just playing with them now. One way, then the other. Open the scoring did Duke. And this time he's actually fed off to his teammate in Kieran Hearn. Try number 3, and what an amazing 4.5 minutes we've had from Canada. Third try here in Hong Kong, 20th in total. Look at that, Mack really has been just calling the tunes. Such a difference when he's in the team is Phil Mack. The face of Canadian Sevens. He carries the hopes of the First Nation people in Canada, North American Indian, construction worker by trade. He's doing a demolition job on Zimbabwe at the moment. Now Zimbabwe looking to try and free up. Wesley Mbanje has to go in and actually act as someone to clear it out. Hearn trying to get the ball, and well, it's play on, says referee Bryant from New Zealand. Mack is in there. Now the Canadians from their own half. Players out to the left. They just need to transfer the ball inside and out. This is O'Toole. O'Toole hitting for the corner, won't get there. Support coming in from Mack. Call to release. Yes, Canadians last night winning 22-21 against Argentina. That was an upset. And a similar style of sevens that we're seeing at the moment. Using the space, good wide passes. Look at that stat there, ball given away. Can't win sevens matches if you're giving possession away. Canada have made 3 tackles, missed none, as opposed to Zimbabwe having missed half of the completed 8.
Make sure you stay straight and actually fine.
Yeah, the wonderful stats coming up. All given away 5 there. 2 errors as well to Zimbabwe. Entering the last 30 seconds, let's be appropriate for Canada to score their 4th try. Keep an eye on Mack. Rearrangement in the back line as well, where they've put Sean Duke out wide. Well, play on, says the ref. Not often you see tight heads in the sport of sevens at scrum time. Good clean out coming in. Can Zimbabwe's register their 1st try in this match against Canada? Nimadere with the kick. Here comes Mbanje. It's a foot race. Duke and Mbanje. Duke gets there first. Needs to get to his feet and does so. More patience shown here from Canada. Mack. Spaces out here to the left. Trainer. Well, they're all bunched up now. This is the first time, and well, as a speculator, more possession for Canada, and also opportunity for some advantage from that knock-on. Duke. Now they go wide. Has that been knocked forward? No, knocked back, says the referee. Here's O'Toole. Pops the ball up nicely to Hirayama. The man who celebrated his birthday this week in Hong Kong. Can he score the 4th? Great chase by callback. 7 pulsating minutes gone in this match. Canada lead 3 tries to 0. It's 19-0. Swiss. Sevens. Kieran Hearn will get us started in the second half of this match between Zimbabwe and the Maple Leaf of Canada. Good kick that was weighted up there but been knocked on. Very warm welcome to the huge international audience watching us here today. Going live through Sky New Zealand, through the Rugby channel and TVNZ. Super Sport. Talofa to our friends in Samoa, Bulla in Fiji, Malolele to Tonga, Solomon, Sky Sport in the UK, Niue, the Cook Islands, ESPN Latin America and Mexico, and also to our friends in Portugal. Zimbabwe need to score first to make it competitive. 19 points is nothing in the scheme of things, and here is their speed merchant Mbanji. First chance to really show his pace. Well covered there by Sean Duke. And some changes now. John Moonlight in jersey 4 comes on. The 23-year-old, the rookie, the brother of Canadian top point scorer in speeds to Dave Moonlight. John, a member of the Commonwealth Games team in 2010, but possession for Zimbabwe. Good run coming in from Nimadere. Wensley Mbanji. Big tackle coming in on him from Kieran Hearn. Keeps driving the legs, getting valuable meters. It's one of the replacements, Chiwanga. Lovely step, and Zimbabwe should open their account, and whoa, that's a lovely try. Manash Sita. Sixth tournament for Sita. And have a look at this, just one-on-one, basically stepping on the inside, and the cover wasn't there. Meechan went wide. And once Sita got through that gap, knew how to finish. Nimbadeli looking to add the extras. As I mentioned, Zimbabwe. Rugby in Zimbabwe still very much amateur game. 2006 turnaround year for them in sevens when they beat Kenya and Tunisia in Dubai. They took home the bowl in 2009 in Rugby World Cup sevens. They beat Ireland 17-14 in that final. Canada need to score next again to just keep that buffer, keep that lead. Getting bunched now, changing their game plan from what they did in the opening 7 minutes of the game. Look at them all bunching as opposed to spreading out. That was the key to the success. This is one of the try scorers from the first half. Kieran Hearn is losing his footing. Clear out from Trainer. Big wide pass from Meechan. Hirayama now out to Mack. Well, he's done everything, has Philip Mack. Well, advantage over, you heard from the knock-on. Players coming out of the line, which is going to create space, and that pass really needed to go to hand. Oh, this is their third match in the last 2 days. Played one game last night. This is the final match for the two sides today. Much earned rest as well. It's been physical, very warm conditions here in Hong Kong. And play on, says referee Philip Mack, pleading his case. Here's the try scorer in Sita. Still has players on the outs left of him. Pass it wide. This is a very good try to Chiwanga. Can he get there? Just short. Now the replacement's on for Zimbabwe. Ball knocked on. Well, some of the finishing not up to the normal standards, although the body will be feeling it, I'd imagine, at this stage of the day. Well, entering the last 2.5 minutes of this game. Canada desperate to score more points to try and get through to that cup round. after beating Argentina last night and losing narrowly to Australia earlier today. The big kick comes in, and now it's a foot race. Leading the charge for Canada is Duke. That's one of the new players on for Zimbabwe, buying time to try and get his players back. Mbanje does super well to get outside of that. Nimadere turning the player inside, outside, and that's not a bad option because there are so many Zimbabwean players out here to the left, as we see it. But the ball, rugby ball, bounces in strange ways. Lovely tap pass back to Mack. The Canadians, well, that's a falcon right in the nut. It's got to hurt. So Zimbabwe, can they score? That's an eye-waterer. A little bit of panic coming in there for Canada. Perhaps that inexperience coming in yet again when closing out games like they did against Australia. And on this occasion, after a wonderful first 7 minutes, it really allowed Zimbabwe back in the game. Well, advantage there, Matt coming around. It's all Zimbabwe in the second 7 minutes of this game, and Mbanje, well, they'll come back if they aren't given any advantage. Surely there hasn't been any advantage at this stage, but let's play on, and now there will be because they're going to score their second try. Nechirongo. Gardner Nechirongo, he knows that there's not much time. Well, that's awful. If it was soccer, he'd get a point, but that is awful. And so crucial as well because it's 19-10. Long advantage here. Well done, Nick Bryant, New Zealand referee. Gave them the opportunity and they took it. The Canadians, well, they were all over the place. Gardner Nechirongo, he needed that conversion because it would have meant that if they converted their second, or they would get a converted try, it would be a draw. Seconds remaining. Finally, Canada with ball in hand and outside of their own half. A long time since that's happened. Meacham with a big long pass out wide. Buying time is Moonlight. Moonlight with the cut. Duke, he started the scoring earlier. In fact, that's Hirayama. Nathan Hirayama seals it for Canada. That's their fourth try. Good player. In fact, Canada certainly are getting better every tournament, every match. And Nathan Hirayama, Father Gary played in Canada's first ever sevens tournament in Hong Kong in 1980. Look at that. His father would be absolutely thrilled to see his son on the big stage performing like that. Looking to add the extras. Unsuccessful. After 14 minutes, Canada have beaten Zimbabwe 4 tries to 2 by 24 points to 10.